Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a spotlight on Spintires. This is a game by Uvi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. This is a driving simulator. It's a truck simulator, I guess, where you drive big, just massive trucks through all kinds of terrain. Don't let this title screen fool you. That is not what you're going to be driving on most of the time. That nicely, well, poorly paved road, that when you get to drive on one of those, it is a blessing. This is not a racing game. This is more of a construction-ish game, except you're not actually building anything. It's kind of sandboxy, but let's hop in here and take a look at what we've got. Let's hop in, look at the settings here. There's not a whole lot to speak of for video settings. There's sound level. There's no music in the game, as you can, well, I guess not hear. It's all nature noises or engine noises. I don't find anything too overpowering. Everything seems to be balanced. In a lot of racing games or a lot of car games, I find the engine noises are far too pronounced, and everything else just gets drowned out. Where in this, everything is as it should be. I've upped the brightness a little bit so that you can see better in the video. I've disabled motion blur because, as I've said numerous times, I hate motion blur, although it doesn't really have a great effect in this game because you're not moving that fast. There's not a whole lot of high-speed motion, so there's not a whole lot of blur to be had. And that's pretty much it. It has this nice little feature, which I haven't tested. I'm assuming, based on what pops up, that this is for kind of older or lower power video cards, where you can set your settings. Kind of like the Unity launcher style, low, medium, high type deal. I'm guessing. I don't know, because the closest thing I would have to any of this would be my laptop, and I haven't tried it on my laptop yet. So anyway, let's cancel that. Yes, I'm going to cancel without saving. Let's take a look at the controls. Here are the controls. Now, they are pretty much entirely rebindable. Except one thing that I find lacking is within the Xbox 360 controls. It says here, use mouse and keyboard for UI navigation. To me, they kind of missed the boat on that one. I really wish that they had made it fully controller-based, where you could navigate the menu. You could do everything with just the controller. Because for me, this seems like the type of game I would just love to just chill and go. And for that, a controller is my choice, where I just like lean back on the couch. Like, I have a computer hooked up to my TV downstairs. Just chill out on the couch and play. I think that would be great. Whereas the only way to get a proper experience is full mouse and keyboard. Although with the controller you get that whole analog thing. I'm not sure if they're working on putting more functionality in. Or anything. I don't know. Maybe a racing wheel functionality, that'd be nice. But for now, it's here. It does work for driving, but doing any of the additional stuff, you need the mouse and keyboard. So it's not a sit back and just chill game. There's plenty of achievements. Many of them are really dumb. And I do not mean that in a negative way at all. I got an achievement just before stopping to record this called Lumberjack because I drove over a bunch of trees. I'm not sure how many trees I had to drive over in order to do it, but that's what I did. So let's hop in here. We'll continue. And hopefully it saved the position of everything. Okay, so here we are. And this is the only truck that I have left in my garage. You always start in this garage area. And on this particular map, this is I can't remember the name of this map. Doesn't really matter. There's 3 trucks that start off. If I can get the camera right, you can kind of see where one was. And where the other one was, you can kind of see it. It's just by that hunk of metal sticking up. Anyway, doesn't really matter. There were 3 trucks, and now there's just one here because I had the other 2 strategically placed. I spent a good while getting them all set up where I wanted them to show you different things. So here we are, we've got this truck. This is this is currently set up for a fuel truck. So if we go and click on advanced, it'll tell us we have 499 liters of fuel in the fuel cistern. It holds 500. I've refueled one of my things, hoping that I could pass the fuel over to the other tanker, but I couldn't. So you can only do it from the tanker to the actual fuel tank of the truck, not to any add-ons. Stop the engine on that. We don't need you just idling away, wasting our fuel. So as you can see here, model-wise, these trucks look pretty good. They really do. You can see the tires are deforming, and in this one it's not so obvious. Let's get over here, and you're gonna bring up the. Do I have to have the? Oh no, I'm in advanced mode, and it won't come up in advanced mode. So that's the off-road wheels. You can change the tires to basic tires, and you see how they bulge out there. They're kind of flattened. I don't know why you'd have default tires. Look at the terrain. Like, look at the terrain you're around. Go away. It's pretty impressive. So you've got all these different options. Now, all of the trucks can have all of the different options. So right now, this is set up for the fuel cistern. Fuel capacity of 1,000 liters. Remove that, and now it's just an empty truck. And I can add a carriage, a log cart, a fuel cistern, a garage cart, which is for repairing different vehicles, a tractor, which is just this trailer hitch add-on, and the utility, which is more repair points. And of course, if you want to install these other 4 options, you can't, and it tells you exactly why. Tractor. So you need to install the tractor hitch. So there you go. And then you can install these guys. This utility one is probably the best one, in my opinion, to have if you're going out rescuing vehicles, because it does fuel and repair. Now, something you need to know when you're doing this, and I did not know this, is, as you can see, fuel. 0 liters. These fuel tanks do not come preloaded. You need to go and find a fuel depot. So annoying. Select winch source. Oh, I guess I have a winch on this? Alright. I haven't actually used the winch at all, which I should probably do, because that'd probably get me out of some sticky situations that I've gotten myself in. And of course it's become night. Oh dear. So you've got headlights. The headlights are freaking bright. Like, honestly, that is nuts. And of course you've got your change truck option, which I cannot do because there's no trucks within that circle radius. That's the only radius you have to change trucks from this menu. And you can detach the trailer, which uncouples it. So let's get rid of the advanced mode, and let's take off. Well, actually first, let's talk about this menu. So as you can see, you've got a diff lock, you've got your all-wheel drive, your gear, your parking brake, and your winch. The winch, as I said, I've never used. Parking brake is your space bar. All-wheel drive is your E key. These are just the default keys. So your E key does your all-wheel drive. I don't know why the screen shakes like that. And diff lock is your Q key. Now, as in real life, each one of these uses more fuel. So for the most fuel efficient method, you want to have both of them off. Now, you'll find out very soon why that is not something you want to do, and I'm already taking damage. I'm actually impressed that I've gotten across this. And you're already seeing the big mechanic of the game, but you're not quite seeing it yet. Let's bring ourselves in. And if you look at the tires and the dirt, it's all deforming. It's kicking up here. And this is what happens when you have all-wheel drive off and diff lock off. So that tire is spinning, and that tire is not. If we hit diff lock, those back tires are now going to spin, and we're going to move a little bit better. And if we want to move even better, get four-wheel drive on. Now all tires are moving. If we do all-wheel drive off, we can easily get stuck down here. So let's not do that. And you can see there that we take damage from water. The water is actually really cool. It pushes the truck, so you have to compensate. I'm not actually, by stopping I might actually be stuck now, but yeah, the water effects are really, really cool. They're not perfect, but they're really quite good. It deforms everything. Really nice how they've done it. It is hard to get yourself situated. Like right now, I'm kind of stuck. The deformation isn't perfect, as you can see. Sometimes it kind of jiggles and flops, but it is a huge improvement from what we're used to seeing. And honestly, if you add this with some of the soft body physics that I've seen in some of the games, like some of the prototype stuff, that would make this amazing, but it would probably destroy your computer. With that much physics operations going on in one time, I'm actually really impressed that they can get this kind of deformity happening without totally destroying frame rate. I don't know what I hit there, but probably just bottomed out. So you have to be very, very diligent with your truck, because you will get stuck, you will get lost. Like, let's stop here, put on my brakes, and we're going to be environmentally friendly. We're going to stop the engine. Because we're really nice like that. So let's hit F1, and here is our map. And as you can see, most of the map is actually blocked. Go away. That is annoying. This, I'm not quite sure why they have it. And, I can understand the cloaking in certain aspects, but the way they've done it just kind of confuses me. They're all the same size, they're all huge, there's only a few of them, and as you can see, I'm within the cloaked area, and the cloaking is not removed. I don't get it. Not to mention, there's clearly roads. People have been here. This, to me, would be a map that somebody would have, saying, hey, here's the lumber mill, here are the roads, this is the path you're going to take. That is what I would expect to see from something like this. Not this cloaking. This cloaking just seems like a really poor... It's a poor man's difficulty setting. I would love to see some setting that allows you to remove that. Like right now we're in the casual mode or easy mode. There is a hardcore mode, which I could understand, just completely removing the map entirely. But in casual mode, I would like to see these removed. Overall, if you're going to keep them, they should be smaller, like, maybe an eighth of the size. There should be more of them. It should be done more like an RTS, let's be honest. You get into, they should all be regioned. They shouldn't be necessarily circles, and there shouldn't be big splotches that are completely uncovered. They should be smaller. Once you get into the region, you uncover that region. That's how I feel it should be, but you know, who am I, really? Either way, you've got a nice map. You've got your list of vehicles. This is the other way of switching vehicles. So these are the vehicles that are currently known, I guess, on the map. I haven't found any others that aren't in this list, but presumably there may be one over here that it doesn't show me until I get closer. I'm not 100% sure. And then you've got a clock as well. So you've got you. These arrows are my other trucks that I have strategically positioned. And note the position of this truck. This one is important, and we'll be going to that one very, very soon. So the objectives within this game, when you first hit it, you're like, okay, what do I do? You just drive around. Whatever. Go into the map, and you notice there's an objective. Okay. Delivered 0 out of 8. Delivered what? Lumber. It's a lumber hauling game. They've added in lumber hauling. Personally, I don't really care about it. I did it once and got lumber and flipped right over. And that was the last time I went to get lumber. I stopped caring at that point. You're not really required to do it. Apparently, there's some unlocks that you can get by doing the objectives, like new vehicles and whatnot. Again, like I said, I've never tried it. So, objective 1 brings you right there. There is nothing that brings you to the lumber mill, which is kind of unfortunate. It seems like a bit of an oversight. You should have, like, if you're going to have a quick jump to the objective, there should be a quick jump to the lumber mill. Anyway, so let's hop over to this C255, because it is in an important position. Because as I was talking about this cloaking, this is how you remove the cloaking. So you just double click on it, and here we are. We are now on our truck. And as you can see, I have the repair station thing, the fuel and the repair. And as you can see up there, well, you might be able to see it if it was daytime, it's a tornado. There is a black tornado here. You can kind of see the bottom of the funnel, but nothing else. Well, that is how you remove the cloak, as it says right there. Move closer to remove cloak. So let's start our engine. And let's position our camera better. And let's go. And brakes on. And we're still not really going because diff lock and four-wheel drive are off. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Really? Dude, did I really honestly sink while sitting here? God damn it. Alright, alright. Well, this is what we're gonna do. We are going to park the trailer, detach the trailer, and see if we can get out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. And this is something that will happen quite regularly. Let's get four-wheel drive, see if we can go. There we go. There. Yes. Coming in. No. Really? Are we stuck on this goddamn trailer? Oh, you dirty bastard. Urgh. Alright, well, I guess I'm not going to show you that, because I am stuck, and I do not think that this guy has a winch. Not to mention, I don't really have anything to winch to. I guess I could winch onto that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm guessing I don't have a winch. Oh well. Well, either way, you drive into there, and it'll remove the cloak. I am so stuck. Oh my good God. Well, this seems like a good enough time to... yeah, I can't reattach. This seems like a good enough time to talk about the casual mode rescue system. So, we're stuck here. We're completely stuck. No way we're getting out of this anytime soon. And I think it's because this trailer is collapsed onto the truck, and that's what we're actually stuck on. Where when I said park the trailer, I kind of expected it to like drop the landing gear and raise it up so I wouldn't be stuck on it. Now I could just be I'm just kind of grasping at straws. I don't know for sure that's what the problem is, although that's kind of what it looks like. I'm kind of stuck in the trailer. But anyway, let's rescue this vehicle. So when you go to your map, you see this little mouse pointer here over your garage. If you click on the garage, it doesn't have to be on the mouse, and actually don't click on the mouse. Make sure the garage itself is highlighted. As you can see, it kind of highlights there. And you click on it, rescue this truck. And we're dropped back at the garage. And we're going to stop the engine. And we're all ready to add a new trailer or whatever we want to do. So, at this point... Oh, we got cabin protection and additional illumination. Those are new. Those must be specific to this particular model. Backup wheel. Oh, carries 100 repair points. That's kind of cool. So all the trucks have different abilities. Highway wheels. Oh yeah, that seems like a great idea. Yeah. Anyway. So, it brings you back here. If you still had the trailer attached, it would have brought the trailer back as well. Now, I don't know whether it left the trailer. Does it actually say... doesn't... Oh. No, it doesn't really say the trailer. Because we were right here. Alright, anyway. So now, the other truck, let's hope that we're not strategically stuck. Alright, let's start the engine. And there we go. And as I said before, the sounds in this are really good. It actually sounds like an old, well, not old, but it sounds like a big diesel engine. Alright, so behind there, you can't see it because it's night and it's dark, but behind there is a Jeep. Just a small truck. And we need to get back there, so there we go. And we've unlocked it. Basically, you just have to get within the circle that you saw there briefly. And let's see if we can get out of here. Let's see if we can make our own pathway here. Haha! And that's how you get the Lumberjack achievement. Except taking out those larger trees is significantly more difficult. And let's bring you. And smash, crash, bang, crunch. Alright, let's excuse my camera work. The camera is not the easiest thing to control in this game. If I had to knock it down a peg, I would say the single worst part of this game, and the only reason why I would suggest you not buy this and play this, would be the camera. It is frustrating. It's useful, you know, because you get that full 360 roundabout view, and allows you to get some really nice shots of your vehicle. When driving around, it can be very cumbersome because trying to know exactly what way your wheel is facing, you know, it can be very, very difficult, especially if you're underwater. It's impossible. And then there's the whole simulation aspect of it. It would be really nice to have a in-cockpit view. I think that is something that is greatly missing. That would really pique my interest in this a lot more than it already is. So, yeah. Also, one thing to note is anytime you go into, say, your map, your mouse will unlock. So you have to click again to control the camera. So if you have your camera like this and you're driving and you go and press F1 and then you go and then you try to drive again, you're not going to move until you click. So anyway, let's get this truck up here, get it someplace safe-ish, and then we'll go take that other Jeep. Now, come on, get over the hump. We're gonna park you on the side of the road. There we go. Turn you off. And let's switch to... No, go away. Let's switch to this guy. There we go. Oh, good. And he is damaged and out of gas. Well, so much for that idea. So I guess I'll rescue this guy to the garage because I am not going to drive these guys up to there just for that, for this video. Under normal circumstances, you probably should. You know, that's kind of the point of the game, is to go and rescue the vehicle. But I'm gonna just bring this here. And there we go. We now have vehicle. And we can add a trunk, which isn't really a trunk. It's more of a carrier. But whatever, it looks cool. And add some repair points. So, let's start the engine. And this guy here is way more maneuverable than any of the others. You know, surprise. But it's also one that's going to get stuck really quickly and bounce around. This one especially needs to have that diff lock and the all-wheel drive on. I'm actually driving this to kill it right now. Did I lost my tire. I lost a huge chunk out of my tire. That's kind of funny. So, here we go. Now in the drink, taking massive amounts of damage. But we've made it out-ish. Sort of. We're still too far in the drink. Oh, wow. I was actually seriously thinking that would have been the death of it. Wow. I'm actually kind of impressed. Just driving through this is going to be the death of it. Let's go this way. This is much better terrain. Alright. So, let's repair. We've got our trunk with 200 repair points. And this is all you do, just advanced, trunk, and then you click on what you want to repair. Kind of does like an AoE thing. Like, anything within the circle that was shown will be selectable. Not necessarily repaired, but selectable. No, engine's on. Why am I... Why am I not moving? Okay, I wasn't actually in gear. So that's another thing that you've got. You've got this gear shifter here. So you press R and you can shift your gear. Now, this is first gear / automatic. Come on. What are we stuck in? Oh, dear. Oh. Ha! Ha! My parking brake was on like a nub. Don't do that. Don't leave your parking brake on and expect to try to move. So, anyway, you've got this whole gear shifting thing, and I can't believe I actually got it down there. So, your engine will stall. Honestly, I find this to be an effort in frustration to try to actually do anything with it. Just because it's so difficult. Now, I don't know if this is truly manual, because now it's saying first gear. And we got first gear plus. I don't know what first gear plus is, but whatever it is, it will stall your engine if you are going too slow. This is not a good spot for this little guy. These ruts are bigger than the vehicle itself, and we are stuck. All right. So honestly, this needs some work. It's getting it down, like that's reverse, which is kind of awkward. It's awkward. Like, if there's another gear shift option, I haven't seen it, but it would be nice to have maybe a better manual option. I like the idea of using the mouse, but it should be easier to control. It's just all over the place. It really is. Alright. Anyway, now that I've stuck this thing several times... Well, actually, I can still go back. Yeah. Dangerous water level. Blah, 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 blah. Come on. Just can't go forward. Alright, well, this guy's dead. This guy's officially dead. Anyway, so that is Spintires in a nutshell, really. Interesting little driving simulator with fully deforming environment. Pretty cool. Available on Steam. I believe it's $29.99. A lot of work has gone into this. Definitely has. Oh, there's the tornado in its full glory. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.